What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to some Orcs Must Die 3 and my Warmage 5 Skull difficulty playthrough. Now, this is a re-recording. Some of you all noticed I did upload a video of this map earlier. Something went terribly wrong with the processing, and I just had to unlist that video. It's just really choppy and a terrible frame rate. I just couldn't have it. Now, sadly, I had already trashed the raw video file from the recording, so I am running back through it. Now, next up, we have the Secret Fortress, and we're going to do things just a little bit differently on this map. Let's hop right on in. Now, the Secret Fortress is going to have two entrances. This first entrance up top here is going to wind around. Enemies are going to run down and around some stairs, and they're going to pop out right down here and zerg right on into our rift. We've got a second entrance right over on this side of the map. Here, enemies are going to come up and around and into our rift as well. Now, there's a couple of cool features on this map that are just too good to pass up. And, oh yeah, we got big old grindy floor pits of doom, and that is just exciting stuff. So we're going to mix it up a little bit on this 5 Skull run and have a fun with some different traps and some physics in our built-in traps that are just natural to this map. We do have a little grindy floor pit of doom over here as well. And we are going to bring along a little different setup. So this time we're going to bring along our bow once again, the Ice Amulet. Now the Ice Amulet I do not use very often. However, it is just extremely powerful. So if you're looking for 5 Skulls, this could be really in anyone's go-to layout. It's one of the most powerful trinkets in the game. Just absolutely beast. Then we're going to bring along our trusty Jar of Ghosts, the tar trap, some brimstone, some arrows, a push trap. Oh yeah, we're going to push them. A flip trap. We are going to flip them. Now, I do have stun on the push trap to give me a little additional CC, and I've got the flip trap set so they do flip heavier enemies. Then we're going to bring along the trusty barricade and our window of butterflies. So our first lane is going to be up top here. Let's just go ahead and get it. One thing that can definitely cause problems on this map is all of these columns. They're throughout the map, and it eliminates a long, smooth wall where you could build out a really big kill box. So, like in this situation, what do I want to do? Do I still want to just camp them right here? You know what? Let's do it anyway. Let's camp them right up front. I'll be taking this part of the build out, as I won't be using... Actually, is that a half a tile? That's a half a tile. So we are going to have to go something like that instead to give them plenty of room to come out. Let's go ahead and get that down. Anyway, this is not... this is just for Wave 1. So I'm just doing the little spawn camp here on Wave 1. We do have 8 waves and 14 minutes to spend. So let's get it. Now, we are going to have heavy mobs right out of the gates, and we have got armored ogres. And armored ogres, of course, are just big meanies. And they're tough as all hell. There's no doubt about that. And we're starting right off with an armored ogre. Basically, I want to get them into the range of my traps, freeze them up, and then let them wreck. Now, we do have our Jar of Ghosts as well. This is the first map I'm actually going to use it on. Now, just to help you get through the first wave, we also have some lovely little splodies. And then, you know, here we go again. Chasing down kobolds. Living that kobold chasing life. There is just no doubt about it. Alright, we've got through wave 1. It went really smoothly. If you do get pushed by those armored ogres, remember you've got a second bit of splodiness right here you can trigger on them. So some good stuff there. Now let's go ahead and snag all of this stuff up, and we'll head on over to our next killbox location, which this wave they're going to be directly from the bottom here. Now I don't want to go right on top of the spawn on this one, and the reason I don't is because there are some splody splodes. Oh yeah, we're going to have kobolds coming out, so I want to give myself a little bit of room to be able to kill those guys, as, you know, kobolds are kobolds. They can be a pain in the butt. So let's just give them a little bit of room. You know what? In fact, I'm just going to spam it up here. So let's go ahead and get it going for this next wave. Now, the kobolds are not going to come out. The sappers are not coming out at the beginning of the wave like they do on some other maps. So you're going to have to kind of snipe them into the crowd. The good news is you really only need to kill one of them, and as long as you get one of them down, there's a good chance you're going to blow them all up. In addition to that, if you don't blow them all up, there's a good chance that your barricades will survive. So nothing to worry about there. Let's go ahead and just freezy headshot, rinse and repeat. Now, I don't have my ice amulet upgraded yet, so I don't have the increased freeze time, which would be nice. Now for this wave, we've got one more bit of just kind of chillaxing it out here. You can do whatever you want. Expand your kill box out a little bit. Just spam it up with arrow walls. You know, do literally anything just to add to get through this particular next wave. So once again, if you freeze the armored ogre and give your traps plenty of time to do some work, try to keep them in front of your traps, and you'll see life just becomes much easier there, no doubt. And then the passive on the Jar of Ghosts I'm always talking about is when enemies hit you, they will be feared. And that is just good stuff, because you get basically a free fear out of the deal. Nothing wrong with that. And I got a little too uppity on that one. Oh yeah, we're wrecked. Well, you can see those arrows did pretty darn good on them. Very nice. Okay, now we get a little reprieve. It allows us to change up the build a little bit. Now we are going to have kobold sappers coming from both waves, or both lanes. So you're definitely going to want to keep an eye out on them. However, we are now coming up to where we can start having fun with all of these crazy, awesome floor blades. They're just... That's just an awesome grinder. Or not floor blades, but grinder. You guys know what I mean. The grinding is going to be unreal. I choose to kind of go out this way. It allows me to utilize this wall for an area of basically straight floor traps. So we're going to have lots of floor traps in the mix here. You know what? Let's go ahead and start with our flips right here. Now remember, these enemies are going to be moving super quick. So you want to lace in some tar in with your flip traps as well. And that is going to help you to keep these enemies on top of your flip traps as much as possible. Now, of course, we're going to go with some push traps right here. Now, let's go ahead and get the wave started, but one challenge we have here is the big mobs are not, or probably won't make it over and into the grinder. So you're still going to have to kill them, but this gives you a little bit of crowd control for those guys. Let's see, we're actually looking really solid here. Let's go, let's get some more crowd control in. We'll get a window of butterflies right there. Now, since we're pathing enemies around, there's another key thing that you definitely want to pay attention to. And that is, without a doubt, if you've got enemies taking weird paths, they're eating up the part time. So you want to make sure that you're able to complete the map within the part time, as, of course, 5 skulls is going to require breaking or meeting that part time. Now we're into a position where we probably won't really have to freeze much, except for any armored ogres. So we've got a pretty good kill box set up now. Let's get a couple more windows in, just for a little bit more CC. Actually, let's just go ahead and freeze that guy too. Allow us to burn him down real quick. But the ice amulet plus headshots is just a vicious combination. There is no doubt about it. Just super mean. Alright, now we want to start thinking about those splodies. So let's get a little splodie trap in. Kobold sappers will be aggroed to that barricade, and they'll run over that brimstone and be ignited. Now we're going to have them up top as well, so we're going to have to keep an eye out up there. Actually, we'll probably be fine. I don't think one wave of kobolds will take out one of my barricades. as I do have them set up to take reduced damage, which should help that out quite a bit. Actually, here they come up top now. Let me just go put in a couple shots here. There we go. That's good enough. We won't have to worry about them at all now. And let's drop a jar right here, just to help us get caught up in our kill box duties here. And this area right here leaves a really nice little spot for you to line of sight any ranged mobs, as anything that's ranged is not going to be able to take a shot at you until they get to that point. Now when they get to that point right there, they are going to have already spent a little bit of time in your kill box, so there's a good chance those guys could just be wrecked. So we're getting it done here. The little guys coming by, I'm just kind of letting them run past, as I'm pretty confident that the physics are going to take care of them. When they go down in there, it is unhappy times for those baddies, there is no doubt. Now let's go ahead and fix this sapper trap just to guarantee we won't have any issues. Now most of the mobs are going to hug the wall here, so most of the mobs won't run over that, even though it's showing the wisps do it right here. The Cobold sappers, however, are going to make a beeline for this barricade, and they will get ignited by the brimstone. Now we're going to do the same thing up top, but up top it's a little bit tighter. So we're going to go, where do we want it? So let's just put it right here. We'll put it right here in this corner, and we'll put our brimstone, say, like right there. Some enemies are going to clip that, but just that alone is going to be more than enough to handle any sapper issues. That is for sure. Now we've got 1100 left. Let's go ahead and just let it fly here, but I do want to start thinking about the rest of the map. So I'm going to need a little bit more coin before I can get that done. Let's go ahead and throw some CC up front as well. That mana potion right there is going to be a lifesaver for me with dealing with this ice amulet. So I'm going to be able to really spam this into some mobs here, as I've got a potion right here to get instant recovery in case of a pinch. So good stuff there. Let's let them fly. We're not done yet though. We're going to do a little bit more pathing of the bads. That way we can take advantage of that pit over on the other side as well. But for the most part, we are just putting them into the goo.
For a split second, I thought about maybe possibly getting a wee bit concerned.
Looks like we're not even going to need that potion, huh? Well, we can leave it there for future waves if there is any sketchiness involved there.
That was fun.
Keep this armored ogre right where we can spray down his biscuit just a touch.
This attack courtesy of...
Oh, we actually had a few guys make it to the end. Very impressive, Mr. Heavy Orc. Just wait until this kill box is done. You will have no chance. Hopefully. We will see about that. Alright, there we go. So, let's go ahead and we'll go flip, flip. Let's get more arrows, and I think that is really going to close the deal on this side. Now we can start thinking about this kill box over here. Oh yeah. We're going to have some more flip traps going on this side. Let's slow them down before they come in, and we will build this out the rest of the way before we get wave 8 going. We'll have plenty more coin. Now you see we're at 3 minutes and 15 seconds left. The part time is just chewing away. There's no doubt. You do have to be conscious of the part time, as it can make you or break you. But I think we're going to be able to get in under par without any problems here, even though we are pathing the bads around just a little bit. We getting it, y'all. We getting it. Quite a few mobs. It's going to eat up a bit of the clock, but I think we'll be above the 2-minute mark before wave 8 starts. We're really close to it. There is a lot of mobs there, though. I'm going to have to let these guys just kind of come on in and get wrecked. Everything is, or not everything, but a lot of the mobs are dying now before they make it over. We're looking pretty good. Actually, it's going to be sketchy on whether or not we're going to be over 2 minutes left to start the next wave. We got some trolls coming. Same thing. All of the heavy mobs, all of the biggies. Just rinse and repeat. Freeze them and headshot them. And that will lead to happy times, no doubt about it. And we actually were under 2 minutes, but I think we've got enough time to make it through Wave 8. Let's go ahead and build this out just a touch more. And we have now got really the lane getting super thinned out there by the beds right there. We still got some coin left though, so I mean, might as well spam it up, right? Do some of that. I think that will get us. We've got really a really good upfront filter to take out most of those mobs. You notice that the Cobold sappers were a non-issue, so our sapper traps are working. Nothing is coming up here and destroying us. Good stuff there. And we're just going to chillax it out right here for the end of Wave 8. We've only got a minute left, and there's a lot of mobs coming. This one's going to be cutting it close. Kind of funny, in the video that had the processing issue earlier, I had like well over a minute left in the run, but this one is definitely going to be cutting it close. There's no doubt there. You know what? I think it might be that window of butterflies up there. I think that might be slowing things down just a bit. We're down to 40 seconds. That's sketch. That is seriously sketch. Oh, and we've got problems over there too.
The magic's not really flowing right
So
now.
that could be our issue. 20 seconds. I think 20 seconds is plenty of time, really. But this is a close call, considering I planned on ending this with like a minute left. That's for sure. And there we go, 17 seconds left. So getting down to the pinch. Sorry about the confusion earlier. Anyone that watched that video, I wish I wanted to scrap the file, but I had already trashed the raw video file after I had uploaded it to YouTube. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. There is the secret fortress, 5 skulls. Thanks again, y'all. I will see ya next time around. Take it easy.